All right. Hey, my friends, and welcome to today's episode where we're going to talk about ERP or exposure response prevention and trust and how these really go together. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Matt Codde. I am a licensed clinical social worker. I'm the author of the book From Stuck to Unstuck and the creator of Restored Minds. If you're looking for help and resources and guidance for OCD and anxiety, I have some links down in the notes for you where you can check out. And then you can also head over to restoredminds.com. Also, if you benefit from the show, please help us out by liking, subscribing, and leaving a nice comment or review on iTunes or Spotify. So let's go ahead and dive into the show. Um, when it comes to ERP, trust is a very important element. And because a lot of people, what initially happens is someone learns or someone's experiencing OCD and anxiety. They may not necessarily know that that's what it is because they're generally caught up in the content of whatever their fear is latched onto. So it may perceive to be a contamination problem, a scrupulosity problem, a driving. But really what we're talking about here is the central issue is fear. And the fear has latched onto this theme. So when we are confronting fear, the main thing we're doing with exposure response prevention is exposing ourselves to the energy and the feelings of fear, right in the body, and then preventing a response that would validate the fear. So in this case, not doing a compulsion or a safety behavior, which these are really interchangeable words, but not doing anything mentally or physically that's going to validate the fear and really allow the person to confront the fear and teach the nervous system that this actually is not dangerous. And when it comes to ERP, trust is an important element. So there's kind of 3 points of trust that I want to talk about. So number one is we have to really trust that this process works and this is actually what we're doing. So remember, we're always facing fear. We're not facing the content of fear, right? So in the sense of we're not really contaminating ourselves with the disease, right? We're facing the fear that this could happen, right? When we get on a plane and we're facing a fear of the plane crashing, we don't need to get into a plane crash to overcome that fear. We need to confront the possibility, right? And every time we get on a plane, like that's possible, right? It's not probable. It's very minute chance, but we have to face the possibility of it. And the possibility of something is where that energy of fear really comes up. So we have to trust that what we're really doing here is confronting fear, not what the terrible outcome that our fear is projecting onto, right? Number two is we really need to lean into trusting guidance on this. Far too many people, and I see this is probably one of the biggest hurdles I see people run into and roadblocks is they go the lone wolf route, from a sense of pride of I can do this myself, from a sense of, not getting the right guidance in the past. So now I just don't trust anybody. I'm just going to have to figure this out all on my own. And it could be a sense of fear. It could be a sense of scarcity. It could be a sense of not wanting to admit that you really have an issue. So, so you don't have to like get help for it. But this keeps people stuck. I mean, just through and through, like your unwillingness to trust someone to guide you through the process is going to dramatically prolong this experience for most people. There may be the outlier, the exception to the rule there that somehow is just able to read a book on the subject and then implement it perfectly in their life. That sure wasn't me. That sure isn't most people that I encounter. And encountering people from all over the world with all different types of fears, it's like most people need some kind of guidance because you cannot see your blind spots when it comes to this work. You are unaware of the things you're doing that are often preventing you from getting better. So being able to trust someone for guidance is just so important for your success when it comes to ERP. Finally, I want to talk about the element of trust when it comes to really trusting your body, right? That it knows what it's doing, right? And when it comes to trusting your body, when you have this energy surface up, and really trusting that that's what we're doing, right, to begin with, is, we're really confronting this fear that's in our body, really trusting that your body knows what it's doing. And when you are really in a state of trust, like, I want you to think about what you do in the state of trust. You don't do anything, you know and that's what ERP really is moving from a state of fear to a state of trust behaviorally, even if we don't necessarily feel trust. Because when you really trust something, you don't think about it, you don't try to change it, you don't try to do anything about it. You just trust it, right? So for instance, if you trust that the sun is going to rise tomorrow, it's like, what do you do to make that happen? Nothing, right? If you trust that your body knows what to do with this energy, then you don't do anything to get rid of it. You trust that it knows what to do. Much in the same facet as when you eat, you trust your body to absorb the nutrients and get rid of the waste on its own. Most people don't think about the food like digesting through their system, like, okay, make sure you get these vitamins and distribute them to this. And no, like, you trust your body to do that. And you also trust it to get rid of the stuff that it doesn't need. And in the same way with energy, like in feelings and emotions, like, your body actually knows what to do with them. And when we get resistant and try to change it or get rid of them and all that stuff, that we really run into conflict, right? And so the elements of trust that I really want to like emphasize here with ERP, and in order to be successful at ERP, are, again, trusting the process itself of what we're actually doing. So we're, again, confronting fear, trusting the body, and really trusting that the body knows what to do, and then trusting guidance as well, right? And I know that was the wrong order, but you get my point. It's we really got to lean into trust as opposed to try to get rid of fear. It's a much higher way of going about this than trying to fight and do ERP from like a state of fear. And so, again, hope this was helpful. And I hope you're able to take this and kind of lean this into your own practice of recovery. Like I said, if you're looking for resources and guidance and help with this, go head over to restoredminds.com. We also have some links in the notes with some resources to get you started. And with that said, hope you guys have a great week and a great day, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode. Hey there. So if you enjoyed that video, we've linked up a few more videos that we think you'd find helpful as well. And if you have found this helpful, we'd really appreciate your support by liking and subscribing. And if you're looking for help and guidance, please check out restoredminds.com, as we have several options for you to get started. See you guys soon.